Good evening, VSRL race fans, and welcome to week 6 of the Truck Series. And we're going to throw it back. A little throwback scheme night. It is Throwback Festival of Speed from Nashville. 131 laps, 175 miles. Covered here live on Vector's Vision. We're already getting ready to roll. Trucks are rolling around the track. Want to move that over a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Morgan Cook. I had to mute. Sorry, I was sneezing. But Morgan Cook did put it on pole. He ran a 30.05, and then Ross Phillips and Sean Langton just about 200ths behind him. But pace truck is off. Morgan Cook is waiting for that Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and away we go from Nashville. Already you see the 7's going to try to push his luck to the middle. That's Sean Langton. Does he hold it well? He does. Side by side down the backstretch. Morgan's going to kind of pull away here and send it down into 3. And he'll get away pretty easily. Morgan Cook has been really good this season so far. He comes to the line. To make it the lap 1 leader. Sean Langton's already pressuring him again. You see Sean right here. Throwing it back to the Craftsman Series. I do expect some strategy to be played today. See a little pack of 4 kind of pulling off and away. Morgan, Sean, Ross, and the newcomer, Eric. Haven't seen him race this year yet. See, they'll come out of 2 on lap 5. Pretty single file so far. Ross is making his way up in there. He goes into second now. And that should give him the opportunity to put some pressure on Morgan Cook. He's already kind of even with him going down the back. And he'll try to push his luck and go in front. I do believe Ross Phillips has cleared Morgan Cook. Probably going to be a little bit of a crossover. Yep, there it is. Sean Langton will now do his best to pass. He also completes his pass and the 5. So in about one lap, Morgan Cook has gone from 1st to 4th. I feel like this is really, really loud. Can't hear nothing. Now we got one that kissed the wall. It looks like it was going to try to tell me that it was Morgan that hit the wall. Trying to pull up something, so it kind of seems like I'm just not talking, but I'm trying to get something pulled up real quick, make sure I'm not giving you all wrong information. I'm actually going to mute this audio for this race. Yeah, I think the audio's good on that level right there. I might just have to get a little bit closer to my mic for me to sound a little bit better, but we're just rolling with the changes. A little Taco Bell scheme. Saw Matt Brewer having to roll out there. '74. It's gonna be Brian Hennings. He's gonna try to go around the outside of the 77. Looks like the 77 hit the wall pretty hard. I think Garrett said he's basically chalked this week, though. He's focused on Atlanta next week. Eric gets rolling around the bottom. Let me check this out real quick and see what he's got. Get up here and look at these leaders again, maybe. There it goes. See Ross Phillips, he's got a little bit of a lead now. Still got Sean hanging in there with him about half a second. And the Morgan Cook is falling off to about 2 seconds behind, but he could be on a strategy of saving some of that grip on those tires, because I know there's only 2 sets of tires and most people are going to have to pit 3 times. So there's going to be some strategy to this. We got Sean right here. He's rolling. The bottom as well. So you have those guys, and we'll drop all the way back here to Morgan. Back to Eric, who is getting pressured by Joe Turkle. You see Joe in that Levy Garrett theme. So he'll pass them. And back here in this Pepsi, it's going to be played back to the Gordon Cup car. And then Josh McKinney, who is in the 11 this week, we'll just keep throwing wrinkles into my coverage, because he's been the 43, the 96, now the 11 in one season. Get a look back here. Got Garrett Hamlin here. We looked at him a little bit closer a couple laps ago. Then right behind him, you have the 74. That's Hennings. We've seen him since week 1. And then you got Miller. Thad Miller in the 58 Valvoline. Nice white scheme. Really clean. And let's actually do a ride-on. You saw Thad be real patient right there. You race this a little bit more like a short track than you would a mile and a half. Oh, big crossover there. There you go, you got Matt. Looks like he's hit the wall pretty hard. Running a Coca-Cola zero sugar scheme. Tell you what though, that wall comes at you quick. And there's the 12. Well, let's go back out front. Click exciting. Maybe there's something good on track. It's probably about to say it's probably gonna take us back here to these guys. Thad Miller, Hennings, Hellinger. They're many ways behind. Ooh, 74 in the wall again. Thad just avoids. See if Thad can't pass him now. You saw Hennings get a little high, a little out of the groove, and make contact with the outside wall on the exit of 4. That's trying to complete that pass, and there he goes. He finally completes that pass to take over that 8th position. So now he's going to have his eyes set on the 77, who has his eyes set on McKinney. A little back up here. I just wanted to see what happened to the 51. See if he took tires. Eight and a half seconds. He may have just taken fuel. Skip. Oh. Let's get caught up. We live. So that'll drop Morgan Cook 1 lap down in 10th. So he's still got the top 10. Trying to see people that are really close. '58 has made his way up to the 77 to Garrett Hellinger. Garrett Hellinger looks like he's hit the wall even harder. Completely pancaked the right side, so that's going to probably make his pass here. And then Thad's now going to try to attack McKinney. See, the number thing's throwing me off. I'm kind of interested. I kind of want to get a closer look. Yeah, I don't see any damage. It just looked like his lid was pushed up a little bit. Completed that pass. Thad Miller has made his way up to 6th. Oh, he's picked up a couple positions. But everybody else still got a pit. Joe Turkle, or Ross Phillips, the leader. Sean Langton, Joe Turkle, Larry Dickerson, Eric Lambombard. We'll just call him Eric Lambo. Or Labenbard. It's a hard name for me to say, apparently. So, Eric, Thad Miller, Josh McKinney, Garrett Helmlinger, and Brian Hennings all have to pit still. Let's go look at this leader. Try it again. There, that's not the leader. There's your leader. Yeah, Todd, that's having a good run so far. Made some good passes. Well, here we go. Everybody's starting to pit. You see the 15, he's slowly rolling. 77. McKinney. So it's starting to get a little busy on pit road. 46 laps of 131 so far. Sean Langton now leading the way around Nashville. He finally comes to pit road. So there's your leader. But you know who stayed out? Thad Miller. Stayed out longer than most. P2 is a good time to pit to try and compete. So you see Thad is back there slowly rolling. Sean is rolling out. Just kind of waiting to see what Thad does here. Looks like Thad is going to take 4 tires. And away he'll go. So that'll probably put Thad. Ross Phillips, I think, just passed him. So there's Ross Phillips. And maybe Garrett Helmlinger. That just went around him. So let's see what this tower says. So there's the 1. The 51. And then Sean. Morgan Cook in the 51. Remember, he pitted a little bit earlier. So that should mean his tires are a little bit aged. I think most of these guys pitted between 40 and 50. Morgan Cook is currently on lap 21 for this set of tires. I don't think we're going to see much of a battle here between Sean and Morgan. Morgan will probably just let him go. And that's exactly what he does. He'll just let him go. Here's Joe Turkle. Got really close to hitting that wall. Well, Morgan's coming now. So there's 4 tires. I think he wanted to save his tires. So he's going to lose a lot of time on this set the way he is. So he's going to let them pit. They'll be about 10 laps ahead of his cycle. So this might work out well for him. Or not. Hard to know right now. A little early in the cycle. But I'll drop Morgan all the way back to a lap back in 10th. Larry Dickerson, about 19 seconds behind the leaders. But I'm actually going to leave the racing action on for y'all. I'm going to mute. You can go get a drink real quick. You're watching Throwback race from Nashville on Vector Fishing. And welcome. Well, I guess I'll welcome myself back. You've been watching, but I'm back. You're watching Vector's Vision. Live coverage from Nashville. Just under halfway through the Throwback race. We've been seeing Hennings and Eric been dueling it out for several laps now. But we're going to go back up front and keep checking on that leader. Has it changed? It has not. It is still Ross Phillips. I don't see a lot of pressure behind him. Sean Langton running in second. And third, Joe Turkle. Garrett Hemlinger's made a little bit of a mix-up. He's up in fourth now. He's been having a struggle. He's been on that struggle bus tonight. But he's probably just being smart with Strat. Where is Half Moon Bay? The Sean Langton following. Half Moon Bay. I have a runaway bay up here, down here in the grand state of Texas. Hit the exciting cam again. See what we got going on here. You got Hennings trying to put some pressure on Eric. After Eric passed him, we saw that a couple laps, or several laps ago, the duel they were having on track. And my PC's getting hot. Gotta give it a little more cool air getting blowing up in there. Man, we're watching this battle in front. Ross Phillips is starting to catch up. Leader doesn't want to see them racing side by side in front of him. It's got about 2.5 seconds in front of them. I think they're going to move up, I thought. San Francisco, eh? Little mini vacation. I got 2 of those coming up. We're going to Austin, Texas for both F1. That's next weekend, but this weekend I'll be going down there for some football. So I hope y'all are having a fun and safe little mini vacation. And I appreciate y'all supporting the stream, because I know all these guys love it when y'all are here every week watching these guys duel it out, no matter where they're at. Well, they're actually in their rooms or sims, but where the league takes them that week. See, Ross has made his way through the 74 of innings, and all of this, what this has done is opened the door just a little bit for Sean. See, Sean's just kind of cruising, trying to get his way a little bit closer with 57 laps to go. So you see that. And I am not sure what just happened. We're back now. Oh, so you see Sean. He's back there in the back. It's going to kind of pan to him right about now. And you'll see when it comes around this corner, we get a little bit closer to the start-finish line. There's a group of 3 cars up there, and unfortunately in the middle of it is the one of Ross Phillips. So you see he's going to have to find a way to get around these guys, because if not, Sean is reeling them in. Sean's about a second now. He was about 2.5. So Sean's making some moves here. Starting to put a little bit more pressure on Ross Phillips, who hasn't had much pressure at all tonight. you know what? I forgot to do something. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go do that real quick. So I'll be right back. We are back. So, on my little excursion down there, I also grabbed a bag of Fritos. So, you know, I'm going to kind of snack a little bit while we're doing this. But, I don't think I missed anything while I was away. I'm trying to determine if I have. Let's see, Ross Phillips still leading. Sean Langton still running P2. And what a mess Sean Langton has caught. Ross Phillips, you see him right there. I don't know what car I'm on. I am on Ross Phillips. Let's go to him. Get a little cockpit in here. Watch him roll these corners. I haven't pitted yet. So they can't pit for tires one more time and have some fresh tires and go at it again. See, Sean Langton took the lead from Ross Phillips. Ross stopped. He's getting tires. And away he'll go. So he'll lose about a lap here. If I could figure out how to get the cameras to work. There we go. See, the 5 came to pit road. That may have actually kept the 7 from being able to pit. Pitting here, you can make it to the end of the race easy. A lot of these guys have run about 43, 44 laps on this set of tires. Wow. Man, we're gonna have a barn burner. Ross pitting as early as he did may have just sealed the deal for Ross Phillips, because that's going to give him about a 4.5 second buffer back to Sean. See, Garrett Hemlinger, he used his fast repair. He got a brand new shiny little truck. I think he just unlapped himself. Well, I feel like Sean may have found some sort of groove, because that 4.5 seconds has dissipated all the way down to about 1.7. Now here's another factor. If Ross took tires twice already, so he just refueled and he's going to run it to the end now. Sean Langton just put on 4 fresh Goodyears. He's going to be able to catch up and sail by him. No, my stats don't tell me how many tires I took. It just tells me when was the last time they were on pit road. Sorry I'm not talking much. I'm pretty nervous watching this. I don't know what happened. You know what? I might have a... We'll try something here. Morgan.
Yeah.
How's it going, bud?
Well, I've had better days. How's it going with you?
Oh, I'm just sitting here broadcasting, trying to figure out what the hell happened to Ross.
What do you mean?
He was leading by like 4.5 seconds.
Right.
But now he's trailing Sean by 2 seconds. So I don't know if he used both his sets of tires too quick or what.
He's saving fuel.
Oh, y'all aren't good to the end?
He's a couple short. Most of us are good to the end.
So that's why you always ask the teammates.
Yes. Yes.
But man, you started off really hot. You just...
I did.
Strategy... When the lights went out.
This was a strategy gone wrong. So all the math that I had done before, everything was based on we were going to be equal about 45 lap runs and then have a little bit left over at the end. So I thought, okay, well, if nobody can make it on 2 stops, I'm going to pit early. Not take tires, split that run in half just for a shorter pit stop later, and then bolt some fresh Goodyears on it for that last 80 lap run to the end like I'm doing now and chase them all back down. But what I'm hearing is a lot of these guys, because the pace is so slow, are good on tires, or are good on fuel, sorry. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Well, man, appreciate you stepping up here. Well, I guess I brought you up here, but appreciate
you did bring me up there.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you at least giving us a little insight of what's going on, because I think there's so many people on different strategies. So to see what happened with Ross and you being a teammate, that kind of helped me out. So
yeah, you bet.
Appreciate it. I'll send you back down there and enjoy the rest of your race. Hopefully some magic happens for you.
We'll see. All right, talk to you later, Adam.
All right. So there goes the 51 of Morgan Cook. He's turned out to be a really good, if I can speak English, resource this season. He's been able to give me insight to different strategies during the week, for the races, for just about everything. So there's Morgan Cook. We've been looking at him. Figured I'd give him a little leadway. So you heard it. Sean Langton in the 7. Perfect strategy. He's good to the end. Ross Phillips pitted 4 laps before him, meaning he was 2 laps short to making it all the way to the end. So the 1 here has been saving some fuel. Joe Turkle, wherever he be, here it is. Middle 3 and 4. He's about 13 seconds behind. I think he'll He'll be on the button of making it probably, but Sean is for sure confirmed in good, in the green when it comes to fuel. So he's fine. See what the 77 is. He's been running kind of slow. I think he just now stepped up his pace. He passed Ross Phillips. Click on Sean Layton again. See, he's still cruising. See the 25 behind him. 25 is not a threat. Who he is worried about is back here. But Sean Langton is going to hit the line. Make it 20 laps to go from Nashville. Been a pretty nonchalant race for a lot of these guys. It's been clean. No cautions tonight. Sean Langton crossed the line to make it 17 laps to go from Nashville. In the Throwback race, week 6, meaning a couple more races till the cutoff. Till we lock in 4 drivers. 8 drivers. And next week is one of those races where anything can happen. Atlanta, where the repave, which has made it basically a smaller Talladega/Daytona. So we could see another first-time winner next week. Whew, 14 laps to go now. You know what, let's actually I have no idea where this is going to open up. Okay, good. I know, we went away. But you see here, Dylan Bryant, who's not here tonight. That's a story that we will save for another day. But Dylan Bryant, Sean Langton, Ross Phillips, Morgan Cook, Garrett Humlinger, Larry Dickerson, Jamie Griffin, and Josh McKinney. Those guys, with Thad Miller, 1 point behind. And Joe Turkle, 1 point behind. It is close. Anything can happen with this group. And then here's that remaining schedule. I don't think y'all can. Oh. Apparently didn't want to show anymore. Man, everybody's trap lap down. Sean Langton just putting on a clinic right now. Ten laps to go. You know, as fans, I think a lot of times we like it when there's close finishes where it's a little stressful for the drivers, but people like Sean that's had a dominant win now, like tonight, is, you know, as long as all holds up. I think we've seen Dylan Bryant had a pretty easy night as well. Those guys love having an easy cruise night. Whereas we don't want it. We don't really want an easy night like that. We'd rather have the close finishes and make things chaotic. Where we don't know who's going to win to the end. Sean Langton has absolutely made this look easy the second half of the race. Remember Morgan Cook, he started on pole, but made a mistake with calculations. Messed up his night. He's sitting in 8th. Langton qualified 3rd and worked his way up through the field and has stayed consistent throughout the night. Ross Phillips as well in the 1. He started 2nd. He's running 2nd and looking to finish 2nd. And Turkle in the 15 machine. He qualified P4 and is currently cruising P3 and trying to finish P3. Sean Langton's coming off some lap traffic. He's probably hoping it's going to be nice and easy to get around. It's actually Josh McKinney, certain 2 laps down in that 10th position. But he's got enough lead, he might just chill. Moves up to the top, I believe, to let Sean by. He does. Nice, responsible, respectful thing to do by Josh McKinney. So he'll go 3 laps down with 4 laps to go. You are watching Vector's Vision, Week 6, the Throwback race from Nashville, where we were scheduled for 131 laps. We increased on that we're going to try to complete 131 green flag laps. Haven't had a race go green from the beginning to the end. But in VSRL, this truck series, we are trying to make this series as unique as possible by having the most different winners, the most types of tracks visited in a season, most time having driving under green, and then tonight, a little hybrid track. A lot of wide open on it with a lot of braking. It's almost like a short track. But not quite. But Sean Langton has absolutely put on a clinic today from the second half of this race, as he'll come out of 4, where he'll see the white flag flying through the air with 1 lap to go from Nashville. He's been able to do his thing. Had a solid performance today. He's cruised the second half of this race once he realized Ross Phillips was short on fuel. Went around him, and he absolutely set off and never looked back. Sean Langton is going to win from Nashville. Man, one hell of a burnout there by Sean. He's still burning it now. He's gonna burn it down until that sucker blows up. Keeps winning, he'll be pretty damn good at these little burnouts. So let's pull him up somewhere. He is. There he is. Sean, you got to add him up in the broadcast booth, man. Well, you started. You put it on your qualified third, and you kind of just cruised around with Ross Phillips for a majority of this race. But then at the end, I think Ross ran into a little bit of a problem, whether it be tires or fuel, and you were able to set sail and just completely just drive by everybody. What happened there at the end?
Yeah, I'd just like to say hi to my parents at home. I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, the first stint there, I was just saving fuel, just trying to hang with Ross. I knew if I could stay out to like lap 45, 50, I'd be good, and I saved a lot of fuel. I had to do a lot of clutching, going in the corners, and then there at the end, I just knew that I could just go flat out. I didn't have to save any fuel after my last pit stop, and I'd have fresher tires than Ross, and I just went for it. Cool tires, cool track, and I just laid down the first 5, 10 laps. I just caught them, and then just kind of cruised and just tried to save the right front.
Yeah, man, and you always find a way to make your nights very uneventful. You always have really smooth races. You never have any real drama or anything like that. Is that a you thing? Do you just somehow find a way of just always keeping the truck clean no matter what the situation is?
Yeah, I just try and treat it like like we're really doing it, and just try not to hit nothing and have clean pit stops. And I'm pretty decent at road racing, so I really try and get all the it's worth on the pit stops and brake really late, come in and try and make up time there.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on win number 2 on the season. I think this will drop or jump you up to first with the little situation we had come up that I didn't announce today because I wanted to make sure there was one more thing. So, but I think this will jump you up to first. So solid season so far. You are now the second person to put 2 wins in the win column. And then next week we are at a completely different type of track. So Atlanta, that'll be fun, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the old Atlanta, but the new Atlanta, should be. It's kind of one of those wild card races where it's anyone's race. But I'm just happy to get the old Ron Hornaday paint scheme in victory lane tonight for the old throwback paints.
Yeah. Well, hey man, congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank out there other than your parents who are great supporters of the stream?
Just thanks to Garrett for putting on this great league. We just did 130 laps of clean racing, and Ross, all these guys that I run up here with, and yeah, just all the competitors. The guys are showing up week in and week out, putting on a good show for you.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much, and congratulations on your win again.
Thank you.
Ooh. Hey, Ross Phillips, you got Adam of the broadcast booth, man. You got a copy?
Hi. I ran out
Well,
of gas.
I'm about to say it. It looked like it because you were a different type of machine. Your truck was hot and ready to go at the beginning of this race. You made some moves, got it up first, and I really did think you were just gonna set sail and never look back. But then it looks like you ran into a little bit of problem. Maybe you can enlighten us on what happened there.
I ran extremely, so I had a plan coming off, like just mainly saving tires. I wasn't worried about fuel because we had talked before the race. The team and I, it seemed like we were going to be about 4 to 5 laps short on fuel. So I just figured, okay, set a blister and pace first, first round of pit stops, just run it all the way we can, as hard as can be. Got all the way there, and as soon as I took the second set of tires, I decided I was going to try to save a little bit. And I don't know what it is about this setup, but the harder, I was just talking to them about it, if the harder you drove it, the more the truck came alive after about 30, 40 laps on the tires. The softer you drove it, it annihilated the right front, even using the same pedal on brake, everything. It just, I don't know what it was. Sean run me down from almost 7 seconds back, and I just couldn't do anything, and I wasn't saving fuel. So,
Yeah, I think it was just the perfect storm for him to be able to from the issue you had a little bit. But yeah, he was. I think I looked. It was about 6.5 seconds, but he caught up to you in I think 3, 4 laps. So that was
yeah, that second run there, it took him probably about 10 laps to get to me, but once he got there, it just he blew. I wasn't gonna hold him up. I even told him I'm not gonna, you know, he was good on fuel. I wasn't. So I don't know how he saved in the first round, but he definitely did. I think
I
he said he
think.
ran it out to like lap 50.
Yeah, he said he ran it longer than I think everybody else, and then he also said that at the beginning of the stints, he said he was just kind of he'd get up to speed, but then he was clutching all the way through the corners for he said I think he said like 4 or 5 laps each time to save as much as possible. So
Right. Yeah,
so
that's
like
that's crazy because he was keeping pace with me back there. Like I was just barely inching away from him every lap. and I was hammered down, and he was clutching.
Yeah. Yeah. So some people just, I guess they know. You would
Yeah.
think, yeah, it's like Orange Speed. I'm friends with everybody in that group. I don't know. Were you just not good at math?
I'm amazing at math. I don't know what my deal was tonight. I just brain farted, and next thing I know, I destroyed the truck. And I don't know if you saw it, but I got into the wall even and chewed the right front up. I was like, oh god.
Oh hell, Garrett did that about 12 times, right, Garrett?
Yeah, he he did it a couple of times right in front of me.
But well, hey man, congratulations on another good points race for you. Finishing
Yeah.
second, can't complain about that. Anybody
Nope.
want to thank out there?
Just Orange Speed, Garrett, Morgan. Garrett for always putting this thing on. Thank you for doing this thing. That's about it.
Yeah, hopefully my ticker. There was a little moment there where the stream is probably gonna look like there was no one driving on track. I don't know what happened, but like the server like dropped for like 10 seconds and then went back up from my end. So I was like,
Don't you hate it
whoa.
when that happens?
I was like, come on. But I think the ticker caught up. I don't think the ticker really messed up that much
Hi.
today.
Say hi. You got anybody you want to thank? Say hi. Got my daughter right here. She's being
No.
a pain in the butt.
Hey, she didn't mess with you tonight when you're racing again, huh?
Oh, she did.
Oh.
She did for about the last 15, 20 laps. I think she wants something to eat. She's hungry, so.
She's like me
Appreciate
then.
you guys.
I'm always hungry, so.
I'm just old and fat, so I'm always hungry.
All right, man. Congratulations. Great points tonight.
Thanks, man.
Man, enjoy the rest of your night.
We'll see you next week.
And we'll bring up that third place finisher being the 15 of Joe Turkle. Joe Turkle, you got Adam up in the broadcast booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Well, I was really focused tonight on like Sean and Ross's situation and kind of leaking you into it as well. But it's like you had like a really quiet night, but with a great result. You started fourth, picked up one position, finishing third. But you just had such a smooth night that I didn't even notice how smooth it was.
Yeah, just babied it. Took it easy. As soon as I got fresh tires, I'd take it easy. Tried to make it a two-stop race. So, just smooth and slow.
Hey, that's one way to do it, especially on a track where you're worried about your tires and fuel. So you were really smart with your strategy there. What else do you think you possibly needed tonight, other than maybe a caution to get up there and try to compete with those guys?
Another set of tires would have been fantastic.
Hey, I got the admin in here. Just say it a little louder for the guy in the back that's muted. He likes to make these difficult on the drivers by giving us different types of tracks every week, by making it harder for strategies, but it makes the racing more fun for y'all.
Yeah, I was talking to Ross in the waiting room, and like, I babied it and tried to manage everything, and I could not run them two down, and they were just blowing my doors off, and I was still only a half a lap to the good at the finish.
So it sounds like you did just enough to make it to the end.
Pretty much. I wasn't trying to force anything, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to lose a bunch of time and, just wash my fuel, and I don't know, just couldn't seem to gain any ground.
Yeah, so I think you were one of many people tonight kind of struggling on the fuel. I think the only person that knocked it out of the park was the guy that put it in victory lane, so that might have been probably the biggest difference between everybody, but I feel like you were one of the other 12 that raced tonight that were struggling on the fuel.
Yeah, for sure. I think he had a bigger tank, but I'm not trying to start anything.
Hey, you're good, man, but guess what? Maybe we should put him through the R&D center. I guess we'll take his truck and see if he'll pass or fail that. But hey, man, good race tonight. You have anybody you want to thank?
Thank you guys for this league, and thank my wife for letting me race. So, thank my buddy Josh, my teammate. We work together, practice together, and that's about it.
Well, congratulations, man. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, thanks, man.
And all right, that will about do it for Vector's Vision, live from Nashville, where Sean Langton pulled away and won it on the strategy. Ross Phillips you heard from him as well. Just came up a little bit short on his strategy. He finished second. And Joe Turkle, who did just enough on his strategy to finish third with just enough fuel. But until next week, well, we are going to Atlanta to race restrictor plate style. It's kind of a weird one, going to a mile and a half and you're just running wide open. But until next week, thank you so much for tuning in, all the race fans. I hope you all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Thank you so much, and good night.